Imagine a world where your deepest fears and insecurities no longer control you. Carl Jung, a renowned psychologist, believed that true strength comes not from avoiding our inner darkness, but from confronting it. He introduced the concept of the shadow, the hidden parts of ourselves that we often deny or suppress. By acknowledging and integrating these aspects, we can achieve a state of inner peace and resilience that makes us truly untouchable. Carl Jung didn't just theorize about the human psyche, he delved deep into his own mind to understand it. During a period of intense self-exploration, he documented his experiences in what is now known as the Red Book. Through vivid dreams and dialogues with inner figures, Jung faced his fears and emerged with profound insights about the human condition. His journey teaches us that by confronting our inner demons, we can unlock unparalleled strength and wisdom. We all have parts of ourselves we'd rather not acknowledge: anger, jealousy, fear. Jung termed this the shadow. Ignoring these aspects doesn't make them disappear. Instead, they manifest in unexpected ways, influencing our behavior and relationships. By recognizing and embracing our shadow, we not only gain self-awareness, but also harness the energy we've been suppressing, leading to a more authentic and empowered life. Jung likened personal transformation to alchemy, the process of turning base metals into gold. In our lives, this means transforming pain and adversity into strength and wisdom. Through stages of self-reflection and integration, we can transmute our challenges into catalysts for growth. This inner alchemy enables us to face life's difficulties with grace and resilience, emerging stronger and more enlightened. When we embrace all facets of ourselves, including the ones we've hidden, we achieve a state Jung called individuation. This is the journey to becoming whole, where our conscious and unconscious minds align. In this state, external judgments lose their power over us. We act not out of fear or desire for approval, but from a place of inner truth and confidence. This is the essence of being untouchable. Contrary to popular belief, true strength isn't about suppressing emotions or appearing invulnerable. Jung emphasized that embracing our vulnerabilities makes us stronger. By acknowledging our fears and insecurities, we prevent them from controlling us. This openness fosters genuine connections and a deeper understanding of ourselves, leading to a more resilient and authentic existence. The journey to self-discovery culminates in facing ourselves entirely, without filters or denials. This final confrontation with our true selves is both challenging and liberating. By accepting every part of who we are, we unlock a profound sense of peace and empowerment. The question remains, are you ready to look into the mirror and embrace your whole self? What if the world only hurts you because you don't know who you really are? Carl Jung believed that true power comes not from being perfect, but from knowing your whole self. Not just the parts you show others, but the parts you hide, the fear, the pain, the anger. He called this the shadow. It's everything you've been told not to be, everything you've pushed down. But here's the truth. The more you ignore your shadow, the more it controls you. But once you face it, no one can use it against you, because when you know your darkness, you become whole. When you see yourself clearly, people's opinions lose their grip. You stop being reactive, you become untouchable. Jung didn't just write theories, he lived them. He went deep into his own mind, into the chaos, into the madness. He spoke with voices inside him. He saw visions. He documented it all in a book he kept hidden for years, the Red Book. Most people would have run. He went deeper. He faced the unknown inside himself, and in that darkness, he found truth. Jung teaches us this. You don't become powerful by avoiding pain. You become powerful by walking through it, by becoming your own guide in the dark. That's how you find your inner warrior. That's how you become untouchable. You have a shadow, we all do. It's your anger, your shame, your jealousy, your fear. The parts of you wish didn't exist. But pushing them away doesn't make them disappear. It makes them stronger. hidden, silent, waiting, and when you least expect it, they come out. In arguments, in addictions, in the pain you keep repeating. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. But when you finally turn and face that shadow, something changes. You stop pretending. You stop fighting yourself. You take back your power. That's when life stops feeling like chaos. That's when you begin to live as your real self." Jung compared personal growth to alchemy, the ancient art of turning lead into gold. But this gold isn't outside you, it's inside. And the lead is your pain, your struggles, your shame. Most people run from their suffering. But the secret, that's where the gold is hidden. When you face your pain, reflect on it and understand it. It transforms. It becomes wisdom, compassion, strength. Your past doesn't have to break you, it can build you. True transformation doesn't happen when life is easy. It happens when you decide to rise from the fire. You don't just survive, you evolve. You alchemize, and no one can take that away from you. There's a version of you the world has never met. It's not the mask, not the role, not the person trying to please, impress, or fit in. It's your real self, the one that isn't trying, the one that simply is. Jung called the journey to this place individuation, becoming whole. It means owning all parts of you, the light, the dark, the known, the forgotten. When you stop hiding, you stop fearing, you stop needing approval, you stop bending for others, you act from truth, you speak from strength, you live from the inside out, and that is what makes you untouchable. We've been lied to about strength. We're told to be tough, to not feel, to hide weakness. But Jung saw it differently. He said that real power is soft, open, honest, vulnerable, because when you're not scared of your fears, they stop controlling you. When you don't hide your pain, it doesn't own you. And when you let yourself be seen, truly seen, that's when you stop pretending and start living. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the courage to be real. And in a fake world, that's rare. It's also unstoppable. This is the last step, the final mirror. Most people look away. They distract themselves. They run. But if you can stand still and truly look, you'll see everything. The good, the bad, the hidden, the sacred. And you'll realize something. Nothing about you was ever wrong. You were just unfinished, covered up, forgotten. You are not broken. You are becoming. The only question left is this. Will you look into that mirror? Will you face what you've avoided? Because once you do, no one can touch you, no one can shake you, you'll be whole, and that is true freedom. What if your power doesn't come from being stronger than others, but from knowing who you really are? Carl Jung believed that when you stop running from yourself, when you look directly at your fears, doubts, and dark thoughts, you become free. He called this hidden part of us the shadow. Most people pretend to be fine, but deep down they're scared. Scared of being seen, of being judged, of not being enough. When you face your shadow, that fear loses its power, and something amazing happens. You become untouchable. Not cold, not hard, just real, peaceful, unshakable. Jung didn't just study the mind. He walked deep into his own. After a personal crisis, he stopped everything. He spent years alone, writing, dreaming, and speaking to the strange voices inside him. His journey became the Red Book, a diary of his spiritual awakening. He met dark figures. He talked with ancient symbols. He went mad, but came back wiser. Jung proved something powerful. Facing your inner world isn't weakness. It's the start of true strength, and he did it first, so you wouldn't have to do it alone. We all have a shadow. It's made of everything. We've pushed away anger, fear, jealousy, sadness. We hide it. We deny it. But it doesn't go away. It shows up in our reactions, our habits, and our pain. Jung said, if you don't meet your shadow, it will control your life, and you'll call it fate. But here's the twist. The shadow isn't your enemy. It holds your power. It holds your truth. And when you embrace it, you don't become worse. You become whole. Jung compared inner growth to alchemy, turning lead into gold. Your pain is the lead. It's heavy. It hurts. But if you face it, if you let it teach you, it becomes your gold. Hard times aren't here to destroy you. They're here to shape you, your heartbreak, your loneliness, your failures. These aren't signs of weakness. They're signs you're being called to grow. And growth makes you untouchable, not because life gets easier, but because you become wiser. Most people live with a mask. They try to be who others want them. To be Jung called this the persona, the version of you that's polite, perfect, acceptable. But behind it is your true self. And that real version, that's where your power is. When you drop the mask, something magical happens. You stop performing. You stop chasing approval. You start. We've been lied to about strength. We think strong people don't cry, don't doubt, don't feel afraid. But Jung taught the opposite. He said, being honest about your pain, letting yourself be seen, that's true power. When you stop pretending, your energy comes back. You stop fighting yourself, and you start connecting with others and with life. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's how you grow roots. There's a mirror inside you. Most people avoid it. They stay busy, distracted, scared to look. But that mirror shows the truth, your shadow, your light, your deepest self. Looking into it is the hardest thing you'll ever do. But it's also the moment everything changes, because once you see who you really are, you don't need to hide anymore. You don't need the world's approval, you just need truth. The Red Book was Jung's private journal. He never meant to publish it. Inside, he recorded his visions, voices, and spiritual messages. It reads like a dream, a myth, a prophecy. But this book, it's not just about Jung. It's a message for anyone brave enough to go inward, a guide through the dark, a reminder that your soul has a voice, if you're willing to listen. Ever wonder why everything around you is so noisy? Because the world doesn't want you quiet. Because in silence, you'd remember who you are. The world sells you escape, scrolling, shopping, working, comparing, but your soul doesn't need escape. It needs attention. Jung warned, if we don't listen to our inner world, we become strangers to ourselves. Maybe that's why so many feel lost, because they've been too busy to come home. This journey isn't easy. Looking within takes courage. It means facing what you've hidden and choosing not to run, but it's the only way to become whole. To be untouchable doesn't mean being perfect. It means being real, aligned, awake. And it starts with one simple question. Are you willing to meet you? What if no words, no people, no chaos could break you? What if you were so grounded in who you are that nothing on the outside could shake you? Carl Jung believed this was possible. He taught that the strongest people aren't the ones who avoid fear. They're the ones who walk straight into it and come out changed. This journey begins with one thing: knowing who you really are. Carl Jung went to war, not with others, but with himself. When he broke away from Freud, his mind fell into chaos. He saw visions, heard voices. Instead of running from them, he listened. He wrote it all in a secret journal called the Red Book. Through this inner darkness, Jung found deep wisdom. He proved something powerful. If you dare to face your inner world, it will transform you. The shadow you can't escape, approximate 400 words. There's a part of you you don't want to see, your jealousy, your anger, your fear. Jung called this your shadow. And here's the truth. The more you ignore it, the more it controls you. But when you face your shadow, when you name it, accept it, it loses its power. You don't get weaker. You get stronger, whole, free. Your pain isn't a curse. It's raw energy. Jung believed that pain is like fire. If you fear it, it burns you. If you learn to use it, it lights your path. This is inner alchemy, changing fear into courage, wounds into wisdom. You don't escape pain. You become someone who can carry it and rise. We're taught to show only the good parts of ourselves. Smile, Be strong, don't cry, but hiding half of who you are doesn't make you safe. It makes you fragile. Jung said the real goal is individuation, becoming your whole self, not just the nice parts. When you stop hiding, something magical happens. You become untouchable. We think strength means being tough, but real strength looks like softness. To Jung, the brave ones are the ones who cry, who admit their fears, who open their hearts anyway. When you stop pretending to be strong and start being real, you connect, you heal, you grow. Your weakness becomes your greatest power. Are you willing to see all of yourself? Jung said the final step is the hardest, looking into the mirror and not flinching. Seeing your beauty and your darkness, your greatness and your flaws. Most people run from the truth, but if you stay, if you really look, something shifts. You stop being at war with yourself, and that's when you become free. You've been hurt, we all have. But Jung believed that your wound is sacred. It's the crack where truth can shine in. Don't hide it, don't numb it, go there. Sit with it. It will show you who you really are. You've been playing a role, the perfect one, the strong one, the nice one. Jung called this your persona, the mask you wear to survive, but behind it is your real self. And that self is wilder, wiser, deeper than you think. You don't have to act anymore. What would happen if you stopped trying to be liked? Jung said the desire to please others keeps us small, safe, powerless. But when you choose truth over approval, you change. You stop being a reflection of the world and start being a light within it. You've been searching for answers, for healing, for strength. But the truth is, the key was always inside you. Jung showed us that we are the door and the one who must walk through it. No one is coming to save you. But that's not bad news. That's the secret to becoming untouchable. Most of us think strength means pretending we're fine, pretending we're always in control, pretending. We don't feel pain, but Carl Jung believed the opposite. Real strength, he said, begins when you stop pretending. True power comes from being honest with yourself, about your fears, your wounds, your darker thoughts. Because when you stop hiding, something strange happens. The things that scared you lose their power. That's how you become untouchable, not by building walls, but by tearing them down. Imagine looking in a mirror and seeing your whole self, not just the parts you show to others, but everything. Your fears, your shame, your anger, your dreams. Carl Jung called this meeting your shadow, and he said, the person who dares to see their whole self becomes free. Why? Because no one can use your darkness against you. When you've already faced it, this is how the mirror becomes a weapon. The deeper you know yourself and the less the world can control you. Jung wasn't just a thinker. He went deep into his own mind. He faced visions, voices, even madness. He called it a journey through the underworld. Instead of running from fear, he made it his teacher. He wrote down every dark image, every strange dream, every voice. Most people would have been terrified. But Jung didn't run. He watched, he listened, he learned. That's how he became a guide for the rest of us. He walked through fire so he could show others the way. What you ignore controls you. That's the shadow, the parts of you you've buried, anger, envy, shame, fear. We pretend they're not there, but they don't go away. They leak out in arguments, addictions, sadness, or silence. Carl Jung said the more you repress, the more you become a puppet to the parts you refuse to see. But when you shine a light on the shadow, something incredible happens. It stops controlling you and starts helping you. Your darkness becomes your ally. Alchemy is turning metal into gold. Jung said our souls go through a similar process. We suffer, we break, we fall. But if we don't run from the pain, if we sit with it, it starts to change us. The sadness becomes wisdom. The fear becomes courage. The shame becomes compassion. This is inner alchemy. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more you through the fire. You've worn a mask for so long. Maybe you forgot it was a mask. You act strong when you feel broken. You act happy when you're tired. You say, I'm fine when you're not. Carl Jung called this the persona and the face we show to the world. But here's the secret. The mask keeps you safe. And small. The real you is underneath. Wild, honest, deep, powerful. You don't have to become someone new, you just have to remove what's not you. We think being vulnerable makes us weak, but Jung believed it's the opposite. When you say, "I'm scared," fear loses its grip. When you say, "I don't know," wisdom begins. Being open isn't weakness. It's the beginning of true strength, because only the truly strong have nothing to hide. Not everyone wants to wake up. Most people stay busy, distracted, comfortable in the dream. Jung said waking up is painful at first, but it's the only path to freedom. You'll lose fake friends, old beliefs, false versions of yourself, but in return let you gain something rare. Peace that can't be taken, and power that doesn't shout. Feeling lost doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're breaking through. Jung said, "In all chaos, there is a cosmos." Your confusion, your sadness, your emptiness, it's all part of something bigger, your becoming. Don't rush to fix it. Let it shape you. You are not falling apart. You are falling into place. At the end of all this, there's just one question. Will you look into the mirror? And not look away. Not from your fear. Not from your wounds. Not from your deepest truth. Carl Jung believed that the one who sees themselves completely, without lies, without fear, is untouchable. Because nothing outside you can shake what's whole inside you. So now it's your turn. Will you meet yourself and become who you were always meant to be?